Hi, I'm Courtney from womenlivingwell.org, and I just wanted to tell you a quick little story of something that happened today. My kids were outside playing in the backyard, and they were fighting, and I was discouraged because I thought, how many times have I told my kids since they were 2 years old, to get along, and I've given them God's truth, and I've taught them how to love, and I've taught them how to forgive, and I've taught them not to yell at each other, and time again, we are revisiting these same lessons, these same principles, and I brought them inside the house, and this is just a real life what happened today. I had seen this object lesson, and so I used it. And I said to him, I feel like sometimes I am just giving you God's truth and you're not accepting it. And I said, tell me, if I were to pour water over a sponge or over a rock, which one would receive the water? Which one would soak it in? And they said, the sponge. And I said, that's right. And I said, well, sometimes I feel like rather than your hearts being sponges and just drinking up all this living water from God's word that I give you, I feel like your hearts are like rocks. Like the water's just running right off of it and you're not even receiving it. And they got that analogy. I said, my heart's desire for you children is that you would have hearts like sponges, that when I give you God's living waters from His Word, that you would just drink it up and that you would accept it and that you would let it transform and change your lives. And so we held hands together and we prayed and we asked God to give them hearts like a sponge. And that reminds me of Ezekiel 11:19 that says, God is speaking. He's speaking of Israel, but it applies to all believers. He says, I will give them an undivided heart and put a new spirit in them. I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Then they will follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. They will be my people and I will be their God. This is my prayer today for my children, that God would remove their hearts of stone, that He would give them a heart of flesh. And I want to just encourage you to pray this Ezekiel 11:9 passage over your children if you feel like sometimes their hearts are hard. And maybe you could use this analogy, bring out your sponge and your rock and show them. Give them application where they can see clearly what it is that they're to do with God's Word. Keep walking with the King and keep teaching your children these truths.